This is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We are fortunate to have on the line with us right now the newest head football coach for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Alonso Hampton. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing great.
All right. Well, look, let's just say welcome back to the SWAC. A different hat that you're wearing, man. So give us the journey for those who might not be accustomed to Coach Hampton and how you ended up back, they call it, on the bluff, the other bluff.
Well, obviously, I was here from 2006 as a volunteer coach under Coach Mo Forte. And then, obviously, a year after that, Money Coleman became the head coach. And then I actually worked my way up from a defensive back coach. Money promoted me. Coach Coleman promoted me to the defensive coordinator. And obviously, I did that for a couple of years, and I had the opportunity to leave here. And went to Western Kentucky University, worked my way up there. We won a couple games and got to the first bowl in the history of the program. And obviously from there you just kind of take off. Ended up at University of South Florida as a defensive back coach, special teams coordinator. We won 11 games there. Then had the opportunity to go out to Oregon as an analyst, and then for 6 months. Then we had an opportunity to come back to Florida State. I was a special teams coordinator. So obviously, I tell everybody this: Pine Bluff has been great to me, and then it allowed me to grow as a coach. That was my first college coaching job, and so I would think I took the lessons that I learned here, all the knowledge that I had, and move forward. And now I'm just excited about being able to come back home to a state that has basically grew up in, to come back and give back to a great university.
Yes, sir. Now, when you talk about the various locations that you've been, and people have a tendency to forget that this business of coaching, if you want to move in the right pattern, it's going to require you to wear several hats in different locations of various different conferences. So when, people are getting the latest uproar, and I'm right now somewhat referring to the advancement of Deion Sanders from the SWAC to Colorado, but that's almost part of the process, and it's particular for the modern day coaches. Is that not right?
Absolutely. And I tell people this: the thing about it, it's only one Deion Sanders, and what he has done in this short time coaching college football. But as we all know, he's been coaching his whole life since he got done playing. And so obviously you have a lot of guys like me that probably have been doing it, under the table, and not quite at that level because you don't have that notoriety. But it's a lot of great coaches out here that kind of move up slowly. I tell people, I think about the Jerry Macks of the world. Jerry Mack and I was here together. He was the offensive coordinator at Pine Bluff, and I was the defensive coordinator. So we've been at it a long time. And he went on to become the head coach at North Carolina Central and win 3 MEAC championships. And now he's at the University of Tennessee as the running back coach. So a lot of times when you get in this business, people kind of forget that it does require a lot of hard work and sacrifice. You move your family from one location to the next. Sometimes you move and your family don't move. So obviously being able to come back and do what we're doing now, like you said, all the sacrifices that you make, now it seems like it was all worth it.
Yes, sir. Now, when you have traveled like you have, when you deal with the various type of budgets that you're accustomed to seeing, and you coming back to Pine Bluff, as I would refer, that you're walking into the situation with your eyes wide open, how do you make what you would feel are the necessary adjustments for a successful program? Because let's be honest, regardless of what the budget is, coaches are brought in to win ball games. How do you get yourself prepared mentally for a task like that?
Well, only thing I can relate it to is this. Last 2 years, I was assistant head coach at my alma mater, University of Louisiana Monroe. We had the lowest budget in FBS. And so obviously, you're expected to win in the Sun Belt, but every team in the Sun Belt had way more than we did. And so obviously it's no different here. You know what the budget is, but we say this: we're going to be able to do more with less, okay? And those are the kind of people that I'm looking to hire, people that I'm looking to be around. So if you're worried about how much money you're going to make or you don't have this or that, this is not the job for you. And so that's why I'm kind of taking my time and hiring the staff and kind of, taking it nice and slow. But obviously we're not going to make excuses about what we don't have. It's about guys wanting the opportunity to coach college football and have an impact on the young men that they touch every day and the young women that's in our program. So obviously for us, we ain't going to make any excuses about the budget. And you said it right. It's about wins and losses. We're all about, we want a model program excelling in academics and athletics. And again, at the end of the day, we want them guys to be first-class citizens on and off the field. So we're going to win because we're going to invest in those young men and women in our program. And obviously, they're going to do a good job and go out and graduate and come back and give back. And then so we won't have to worry about some of those issues that we're talking about, not having all the other things that other universities in our conference have.
Yes, sir. We're talking right now with the head football coach at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Coach Alonzo Hampton. And I have a slight philosophy, and I've been referred to by some of our younger listeners, in particular of fan base who might not like or agree with the opinions that I have, and I'm okay with that. I'm 55 years old. I can deal with that at this stage in my life. I've been called a relic, out of touch, and whatnot. But I believe when we have the situations, and I'm going to say the unique situations that we have within the Southwestern Athletic Conference, I think there should be more emphasis on a system, the nutritional or the training table we refer to, and compared to a brand new fancy pretty. You guys got a nice stadium, but I'm just saying, do you think there is too much emphasis on the actual playing stadium or the amenities that have somewhat to do with it, but not everything to do with building a successful program?
Well, I'll be honest. When I was here in 2006, all these kids wanted was the opportunity to come play college football. And I'll be honest, over the years, as you look now, that's really all it's about, because it's not a lot of people playing college football. And to do it at any level is very exciting for the young men that get an opportunity to do it. Now, obviously, you want to play in front of 20,000, 30,000, but at the end of the day, it's just football. It's 11 people on one side, 11 people on the other side. And you get a chance to go out and prove who's the best team. So I don't really look at it from that perspective. I played in big stadiums. I played in small stadiums. But at the end of the day, it's about imposing your will on the other team. And so I think the young men that we recruit to our program, I mean, the stadium is what it is. We have one of the best stadiums in the SWAC. I mean, we got a turf field. I mean, obviously, we got one of the best bands in the country. And so we're just excited about the opportunity to be able to line up on Saturdays with our team and go out and put on a show for our fans.
Absolutely, Coach. Now, I heard you say that you're taking your time on building your staff and don't know if you're going to have much hands on the OC or DC part of things, but what is your preferred offense and defensive scheme that you would like to try and run, and why?
Well, obviously, on offense, you want to be able to spread the football. You want to be able to play fast. I tell people that if you look in this league, the SWAC, anybody that has a quarterback has a chance to win every Saturday, okay? And so now if you add tempo to that, now you got a better chance to win the game. And so obviously that's kind of what I would love to do. I want to be able to run the spread and be able to run it at a pace that most people can't adjust to. And if you look at the TCU-Michigan game on last week, that's exactly what you saw. I mean, everybody was saying, Michigan would run all over them, but they didn't have a chance to run all over them because TCU was running up and down the field, and by the time they turned around, the ball was in the air again. So that's what I want to do on offense. But, again, we're not just going to be so sold out to it that we can't slow down when the time is needed to. And, obviously, we got to get a guy at the quarterback position, and we think we have one here on campus that can do some special things. And on defense, obviously you just want to be very aggressive. I tell people that you want to play fast, physical, and aggressive. It's no secret to it. If you can get out to the quarterback, you're going to have a chance to win every game. And obviously, being able to take the ball away from them, things of that nature. And on offense, we want to be able to not give the ball up. And the special teams, I tell people this, we're going to be relentless on special teams, on our coverage team, in a return game. We just want to be able to give the fans excitement. When we talk about special teams, we want to be special in that arena. And so we want to be able to take the ground that's given to us. And I think what you'll see from our football team, you're going to see an offense that is fast-paced. On defense, you're going to see a defense that's aggressive when need be. And obviously on special teams, you're going to see some exciting brand of football from the coverage team and from our return units.
Okay, very good, Coach. And it was ironic that you brought up the TCU comparison, because I was thinking about that, and I actually had picked TCU to win that game, believe it or not. I should have gone to Vegas or something, but oh well, easy come, easy go, right? But with that being said, and you talked about the spread, which is what other SWAC programs are doing, and most college programs today are doing, and most of them are running a 4-2-5. But the twist about TCU, they run a 3-3-5 on the defense. Is there any advantage or disadvantage that you see at doing that on our level, or why would be a circumstance? I understand the circumstance is you get players who might not be as fast or as talented for that 4-2-5, and do you buy into that as a potential part of your scheme?
For us, I'll tell you this. We want to be multiple on defense. You may start out in a four-man front. It depends on what personnel they're running. People say you want to play with 5 DBs on the field, a 4-2-5. But at times, if it's third and long, what does most people run anyway? They run a 3-5-3. So at the end of the day, we're going to be multiple in what we do, and then we're going to look at our roster, and then we'll build our defense around our roster. And that's the one thing, as I talk to defensive coaches, defensive coordinator candidates, that's one thing we talked about. We're not going to be married to a certain defense. We're going to put our kids in the best position to succeed, and that's the same way on offense. I want to be spread, but if we don't have spread guys, we may have to get in 21 personnel. We may be 20, but it's just ways to disguise it that you can kind of make this thing fit what you want to do. And I tell people, the good thing about me, I'm a high school coach, and the first thing I learned was the KISS method. That means keep it simple, stupid. And so that's what you're going to do with our football team. We ain't going to do anything fancy. We want our kids to play fast and play free. And if we can do that, then we're going to put exciting product on the field. And then, obviously, in this league, I think anybody can win it on it every Saturday. So, obviously, you got 2 or 3 teams that have been at the top of it for the last couple of years. And I'll say 2, Jackson State and FAMU, they've been battling. Those are the 2 teams that you're chasing. And then on the west side, you have Southern. That's always good. Coach Dooley's one of my good friends. I enjoy Coach Dooley. Coach Miller, the D coordinator. I worked underneath him when I first got into college coaching here at Arkansas Pine Bluff. So you got some good teams, and you just have so much respect for Grambling. And then you just look at, I tell people this, Texas Southern and Prairie View, they coming. So, I mean, it's a great league to be in, and obviously I'm excited to be back in the conference. You look at Alcorn, man, what they've been doing for year in and year out. I mean, every week is going to be a battle. So I'm excited about it. And obviously when we get our coaching staff put together, the guys that I'm talking to, they're excited about the possibility of coming to work with me so we can get it done together.
Absolutely. When you referred to that KISS method, I said, well, he must have been married for a little while to use that one. I've been married 33 years, and I've been called stupid so much. I think that's my first name now. So I understand that one. That was an awesome reference. Now, you talked about, putting that staff together, and you missed the first wave of signing, some players to your deal. But with the advantage of the portal right now, what and how does that adjust your approach for this next wave of recruiting?
Well, obviously, for us, we did miss the first wave of guys. But let's be honest, a couple of years ago, we never signed anybody in the early signing period anyway because you didn't even have it. So for us, we're looking at that as a positive. We get the reset, and now we get a chance to go back in there and look over a lot of high school kids that have been missed. And these are really good players throughout the state of Arkansas and the surrounding states. And so we're excited about that part of it. And obviously, I tell people this, it's over 3,000 kids in the portal, maybe even more now. It's too many to even think about. So those kids are looking for places to go. And so you'll be able to get some good kids out of the portal if you need them. And we don't want to go all portal guys. We want to hit the portal by need. And so obviously you like to be able to sign, some kids in February. And then as you move forward through your spring evaluation period, you look at your roster, and now you can go back in and readjust, and then you may be able to sign some guys in the summer that help you moving forward.
Yes, sir. The portal is an awesome thing, but I always throw that caution flag, buyer beware. You could end up with fool's gold sometime, and there's a reason why you have so many guys in the portal. So you have to be very selective on how you go with that approach. And I like what I'm hearing. I'm liking the energy that you got, Coach. You're coming with a lot of energy, man, and I'm really appreciative of you giving us an opportunity to introduce you to our listening audience and to the rest of the SWAC listening audience. And I want to ask you this, man, make sure that you don't be a stranger to this show any longer and that you'll come back and visit with us, man.
Well, I heard you were the legend, so I'm glad you just called and wanted me to talk to you, so I'm excited about it. And at the end of the day, it's about uplifting our people, so I'm glad to be back here in the SWAC. And, again, I just want to mold young men. I want to make a difference in this community, and then the people that I touch every day, from my coaching staff all the way down to the support staff. I want to be an extension of our university, of the chancellor. And, we tell everybody this. We want to be able to recruit great young men, retain them, and make sure they graduate.
The check is in the mail for the reference of you calling me a legend. And so since I've been referred to as a relic, so I'm going to send you the check, but you hold on to it because I'm going to post-date it for you, okay?
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. You my kind of guy. Post-date.
Oh, man. He is Coach Alonzo Hampton of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Welcome again back to the SWAC. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. You have been listening to the SWAC Zone here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget, you can catch us daily with the Mike Prince Show, and you can follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.